Hi, Professor. Here, Gabriela Ortega recording the process of the video. So, first of all, I kind of forgot to record all my process basically. So sorry about that. But I decided to just make the lantern. I don't know what's the name of that, and just modify a little bit the telescope because that's what I really needed. And I decided to make the disc that is on the wall. I think it's like a light or like a fire alarm. I'm not very sure what that is, honestly. So one of the things that were most difficult for me was that when I was moving the center pivot, sometimes it would turn around, rotate without me wanting to. It was kind of a mess. Sometimes I would try to drag an object across the space in Maya. It will sort of stay behind or just don't move with the object at the same time I'm moving the object. I don't know if I explain myself. But mostly one of the things that were more difficult for me that takes time with the center pivot was it will rotate for no reason. That will modify or transform my object, and after that it wouldn't rotate with the object per se. It will just So one of my problems with the center pivot was that sometimes it will rotate or just don't drag with the object. Sometimes it will rotate without reason, and it will mess up all my access. I will try to modify in the attribute editor or the channel box, I think. I will try to just modify the x-axis, right? But because it's messed up and it's in reverse, I will have to use the z-axis to make the same movement, I guess. I'm not sure I'm being clear, so sorry about that. Besides that, another thing that was difficult for me, well, not difficult, but it will take time, and I would like to know how to do it faster and easier, is in the center of a cylinder there's these little triangles, right? I will have to select all of them one by one, and I think that takes a lot of time, and I don't know, I want to save time basically, and I don't know if there's a way just to do it easier, because sometimes I will try to select only a couple of faces in my object, and then it will select more than the ones I really wanted to choose. Besides that, good things, something I learned, I learned a lot about the tool of extrude, also a little bit of the materials, I guess. The most difficult part to make for me was the telescope, because I was being super picky about it, because sometimes it wouldn't look right. It will look too thin or too fat, I guess. Yes. And one last thing I wanted to talk about was I didn't know how to make the texture of the blankets of the floor and the bed. I think I can modify that in materials. I try to search that up quickly a little bit but I got confused, and honestly I was doing more of a mess than fixing that. So I just put like a square on the bed and in the floor and said like, oh, it's done. But it really isn't. I don't know how to make the texture, how to modify the materials. That is what I really think I should improve to understand that better. But yeah, thank you and have a good night, Professor.